Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going to unlock a really powerful, almost secret method for mastering any new language. And it's hidden inside what looks like a super simple English lesson about, well, just a daily routine. Okay, let's start with a feeling that I'm pretty sure we've all had. You studied the grammar, you've memorized all the flashcards, but then someone asks you a simple question and your mind just goes blank. You're scrambling to find the right words, but the conversation just moves on without you. It's so frustrating, isn't it? And here's the thing, the real secret. True fluency, it isn't about debating philosophy or politics. It actually starts with mastering those simple, everyday interactions. The real challenge is closing that gap between what's in the textbook and just being able to speak confidently in the moment. So today, we're going to break down a source that gives us the perfect blueprint for building that exact conversational confidence. And honestly, it looks incredibly simple on the surface. All right, let's dive in. So our source material is this long-form script that details a person's entire day through a series of questions and answers. I know, it seems pretty basic, but it is actually a masterclass in how our brains are wired to absorb a new language. First up, let's just get a feel for the structure. What does this so-called perfect day for language learning actually look like? Well, the script maps out the entire day, from that 7 a.m. alarm clock all the way to going to bed at 11 p.m. It covers the commute, your time at work, lunch, the journey back home. It creates this whole narrative. And it really doesn't miss a beat. The questions cover everything from showering and getting dressed to the train ride to the office, details about your job, dinner with the family, and even your hobbies. So by following this structure, you're not just memorizing random words, you're literally learning how to narrate a life, and more importantly, your own life. So the big question is, why is this so effective? What's the hidden method here? Let's break down the core principles that really make this thing work. Just take a simple little exchange like this one from the morning routine. I mean, it seems totally straightforward, but this is our first clue. See? This simple exchange, it reveals the very first principle, high-frequency vocabulary. The script is laser-focused on the words you will actually use every single day. Shower, teeth, computer, metro, dinner. This builds a practical foundation you can start using right away. Or have a look at this example from the work part of the day. This one highlights another huge building block, the simple present tense. The entire script uses it almost exclusively. And why is that? Well, because it's the tense we use to talk about our habits, our routines, and just facts about ourselves. So by drilling this 1/10, a learner masters the single most important grammatical structure for talking about their own life. And finally, this little back and forth about the commute, it shows us the third key element. You gotta notice the format here. It's not just a list of statements, it's a conversation in miniature. The whole script is built on these Q&A pairs, and this is just brilliant. Because it doesn't just teach you how to make a statement, it teaches you how to ask and respond to questions. It's training your brain for the natural rhythm of a real dialogue. And what you get in the end is this complete ecosystem of useful language. You've got the practical words for everything, from your morning routine and work life, all the way to your family and what you do for fun. Okay, but there's one more really powerful tool that's woven into the fabric of the script, and that's repetition. But it's a really clever kind of repetition. This script is constantly reusing these core sentence structures. So a learner first gets the hang of a phrase like, "What time do you?" And then they just swap out the ending. "What time do you wake up? What time do you have breakfast? What time do you finish work?" This builds incredible confidence, and it becomes automatic because you're not learning a brand new sentence from scratch every single time. This technique is actually called scaffolding. You create this really solid foundation, and then you just build on top of it, piece by piece. It makes the language feel way less intimidating and more like a set of Lego blocks that you can just play with and rearrange. So, after all that, what is the big takeaway here? What's the crucial insight? We so often think that fluency means being able to discuss, astrophysics or classic literature. We focus on the most complex parts of a language first, and then we wonder why we can't even manage to order a coffee. But this script, it really reveals the truth. The real breakthrough moment, that moment you start to feel fluent, is when you can effortlessly and confidently just talk about your day. When the small talk becomes easy, everything else can be built right on top of that. And this is why this all matters so much to anyone learning a new language. Your daily routine is the most personal, the most relatable, and the most high-frequency topic you have. It's the perfect training ground. This simple Q&A script isn't just a lesson, it's a complete roadmap for any learner out there. So, that leaves us with a final thought. It doesn't have to be your entire day. It could be your morning coffee routine, or your workout, or how you cook dinner. What's the one routine in your life you could start narrating today to unlock that next